Hey guys, my name's Dave. I just thought that I'd do a quick tutorial on how to record a song. I'm going to be recording Sam Smith's You're Not the Only One in GarageBand, just using all the tools that are in GarageBand. Now, what I have is a microphone. It's a Shure PG58, I think. Yep. Not a very good microphone. They're less than $100 brand new, so I think pick this one up for about $10-15. And then I've got a digital piano. It's a Roland digital piano. It's about 20 years old. I got it for $200 off Gumtree, which is in Australia, kind of like a Craigslist or an eBay. Anyway, I don't have the best gear. Just going to be using the tools that are inside GarageBand that come stock with any Mac. Now, what I like to do when I'm recording a song is I like to start with a drum track. Not the final drum track. It's just because I like to play to a drum track instead of a metronome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by creating a drum track. But even before I do that, there's a couple of settings that you need to change within GarageBand. And the first one is you need to change the tempo to the tempo of the song. And the tempo of Not the Only One by Sam Smith is 89. So I'm just going to click at the top, change that to 89. Also, what's really important, particularly when you're using some of the pitch correction plugins, is that you set the key to the right key. So I'm going to set my key to the key that I'm playing the song in, which is the same as the one Sam Smith plays his in, and that's in F major. Okay, now, what I'll do now, as I said, would create a drum track. So what I'll do is I'm just going to hit plus here, and again, you can skip a minute if you want, but I'm just going to create a simple drum loop so that I can play to it instead of the metronome. The way you do that is you hit. I don't want to put in a drummer. I want to create my own drum track. So I'm going to do a software instrument, and on that software instrument, I'm going to put the drum kit. The drum kit that I like is the East Bay drum kit, at least for this song. So I'm going to delete the top one. I could have done it to the top one as well, but anyway. So now, once I've got the East Bay drum kit, what I have to do is I hold Command, and see how when I hold Command, it turns it into a pencil, and then I click. And what that does is it creates me a MIDI region. Now I can decrease and increase the size of this MIDI region. I'm going to make mine 1 bar and then loop it. So if you go to the top of the MIDI region, you can loop it. So that's what I'm going to be doing after. So to edit this MIDI region, I basically just double click on it. Now I'll drag this up to make it bigger. Now I just need to find out where I'm at. Okay, so my hi-hat hits are just there. So I'm going to put in a hi-hat every eighth. Right, because all I want to do is create a simple 4/4, right? To make it easy for me to, my bass is there. I'm going to put it at every half note, and then on every third hi-hat hit, I'm going to put a snare. Not clap, I want a snare hit. There we go. Right. And all I've done is create a simple 4/4, right? Now, I'll minimize that, and I am going to loop that. Doesn't matter how long I loop it for. Now, so I'm going to record Sam Smith, You're Not the Only One. Basically, I'll just record the verse and the chorus, otherwise this tutorial will take too long. So I've got my drum track, and that's only for reference. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in another software instrument, and I'm going to add in the piano and the Steinway grand piano. Okay, if you've got Logic Pro X and you paid $300 for that, you get a couple more pianos. But if you get really into making music and you've got Logic Pro X, I highly recommend the piano in blue or Alicia Keys. They are virtual instruments that you can purchase from Native Instruments. Go to nativeinstruments.com, and they sell a variety of virtual instruments, and they're recorded samples. They're absolutely beautiful. But this one isn't too bad, right? It sounds good enough. So what I'll do now is I'll record the verse. I'll want to have a 4-bar intro, okay, and then I'll play the first verse and then the chorus. You might have me chop and change this in case I make a mistake, but here we go. Okay, so I'm finished recording the 4-bar intro as well as the verse and the chorus. Now, what I want to do is I want to go in here and double check that I haven't made any errors. So I'm going to hide that part, the instrument choice, and I'm going to just drag this up. Now, the first thing that I like to do is come here, make sure that I've got the region selected inside the piano roll, and then I go Command A, and that selects all of it. And what you can do is quantize. This is a very important step, because what happens is that it pulls it back into time, because every time you play, you don't play perfectly on the beat, because no one's perfect. So what you want to do, you don't have to. If you like to have a natural sound, you don't have to do this, but I like to quantize, and you can quantize to like every bar. So that's one in one note, like the whole note. You can quantize to every half note, which would be at the one and then at a half. You can quantize to every 16th note, which is what I'm going to do. Notice how that pulled everything back into line there when I hit quantize. So now I'm just going to quickly go through, make sure that I haven't made any mistakes. Now, I'm pretty sure somewhere along here, I think that's where it is. I wasn't looking at the music properly, and I played a F, A, F, which is on the turn. And the issue with that is it should be F, C, F. But the proof's in the way it hurts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. See that A? That's supposed to be a C. So what I can do is quite easily just change that. Because it's a triad, I can just select all of it and drag it up to C. Okay, let's listen to that now. But the proof's in the way it hurts. Perfect, right? Okay, so that was good. Happy days. So I finished that. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to add a bass guitar. What I want to do as well is I want to turn that down because it's a bit loud in my ears. And I'm going to add a bass guitar. So again, plus we want a software instrument, and I'm going to go a bass, and I'll just go through them, see which one I like. Not bad. I don't know. Nah. It's funny, I always keep going to... For some reason, I keep going to the upright bass. There aren't many options. Again, if you had better virtual instruments, you could make this better, but I'm just going to go... We'll do the fingerstyle bass. Okay, let's go. I'll record that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished recording the bass there. Again, just going to double check that I didn't make any mistakes. Make sure I go back here, make sure the region select, Control A, quantize to every 16th note. Have a little bit of a listen. Turn that down so I can hear the bass a bit better. Okay, it's not sounding too bad. Righto. Look, see, I've made a mistake just here. I've pressed two notes at once. Just make sure that's gone. Okay. I think, made a mistake there too. Very good. Okay. Even if you don't like that bass, you can just you can come back and change it later, right? So I could change it to the studio upright if I wanted, if I really didn't like the sound of it. Found another mistake. Right, if you... So you could change it later. I'll just keep that one for now. Now I'm just going to add one last instrument. This time I just want to get like a soundscapey type instrument happening. And actually Logic Pro X has a couple of good ones that can just be like a soundscape, or a sound bed is probably what you called it. So I'm going to add instrument here, and then I'm going to go to synthesizer, and see here I could add some strings. There's a couple there. They sound quite bad. If you actually download, I like Stratosphere. Okay, we'll do Stratosphere. If you download the all the additional libraries, you'll have more options in there. But okay, I'm just going to add this sound bed. Righto, let's hit this. Okay, so that's the end of that. Normally, this that Stratosphere doesn't actually sound like a very good sound bed at the moment. Normally, what I'd do is I'd probably I'd figure out how to play it in harmony. So maybe play the fifth of every note or something like that. But anyway, it's not going to sound too bad. We just need to turn it like right down so that it's only just noticeable. I'm going to turn this piano back up because it needs to be the main instrument. Turn this bass down. Okay, now remember, again, I want to quantize all this stuff. I'll quantize it to the 16th note. Go through, double check that I haven't, see like there, made a mistake, which I did. Okay, so how does that sound? Can't quite hear any of that. Righto, that'll do. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to play the drums in. That 4/4 was only for, my reference points. So now I'm going to go through and add this drum track. Back up here on my East Bay, going to make sure I've got everything set. Again, just going to go and record this drum track and I'll be right back. Okay, probably not the best drum one take on the face of the planet, but again, just going to go back in there and I'm going to quantize all of that. And let's have a little bit of a listen back. I'll turn it up just so that I can hear it. Okay, it's probably not that dynamic. Anyway, that's going to have to do. Don't have to record it again. Now, last thing, what I'd normally do is add a guitar, but it's not Logic. GarageBand doesn't have any good guitars. So you could probably add like a violin or a cello in the chorus, but I'm going to do that after I sing it. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sing through it. So to do that, it's going to go add, and I want an audio track, input 1. I want to hear as I play and record. Now, I apologize if there's like a double feedback issue there. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change up my vocal first. I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to just do a quick EQ on it. Because I know that I need to turn up the highs on my voice, particularly on this microphone. Okay, so that's obviously always too much. And you can add a little bit of reverb as well. So that, ooh, nice. A little bit of ambient, and that's an exciter. I might turn the compressor on as well. In a second, I'll show you how to add different things, but that'll do for now. So what I'll do is I'll go through and sing that. I might put all of the singing in the video. I'll try and one take it. Now remember, end of the 4th bar is what I need to wait for. Clearing throat. You and me, we made a vow, for better or for worse. I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts. For months on end I've had my doubts, denying every tear. I wish this would be over now, but I know
that I still need you here. 'Cause you say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
Righto, fair enough. That is what it is now. What you'll notice is that I did some speaking here at the start, so I can just basically cut that out by doing that. Let's listen back.
'Cause you and me, we made a vow.
Okay, so it's about now. One of the things you can do, and this can be helpful, you don't always have to do it, but you can pitch correct. So basically, if you double click on your track, you can, there's this pitch correction thing, okay? Turn off flex. Select you track. Here we go. Now, you need to select all of it. No, you don't. You just need to select. If I click out of there, click in there, make sure that's selected. Right, make sure that's selected. And what you can do is in this track region, you've got this pitch correction. Now, the issue, if you turn it all the way up to 100%, look, I'll show you.
Better off for worse. I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts.
Okay, it's not too bad. Maybe I wasn't super pitchy there. But basically what ends up happening, I'm going to turn that off. Basically what ends up happening is as you pitch correct it, the more you pitch correct it, the quicker that it corrects to the pitch. And the other thing you probably want to do is limit to key. So it limits to the key that you're singing in. That's why you need to set the key up here to the correct key. Okay? I will basically just do some what they call gain staging. I'm definitely not an expert at gain staging. If you feel free to search up a sound engineer. But I'm just going to play back this a little bit. And probably for the last time. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to change some of the volumes. Very important that it we don't want it to clip up here, making sure that it doesn't go into the red.
'Cause you and me, we made a vow, for better or for worse. I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts. For months on end I've had my doubts, denying every tear. I wish this would be over now, but I know that I still need you here. 'Cause you say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
Righto. I just did a little bit of volume automation to the bass there to bring it up in the chorus. But other than that, for a quick 20-minute tutorial, I don't think it ended up too bad. So hopefully some of that can help you out. If you have any other questions, anything else that you want to learn about, I'm more than happy to help you out. Please subscribe, comment. Anyway, guys, peace out. Hope you have a good life. Bye.